Nobody knew how Banner went bad. Some say it was the radiation that turned him into the Hulk in the first place. All Logan knows is that whatever it was that kept Bruce Banner from becoming a monster died when the villains took over. Something snapped, and he went wild. He helped massacre his fellow heroes. Rumor has it that Banner was the one who snapped Thor's neck. However, Bruce was a good man. Once. His children, on the other hand. Logan thought if he kept his head down he could avoid the wrath of the Hulks. He was wrong. Regrets. Regrets will eat you alive. There's nothing you can do to change the past. But that isn't true anymore. Logan is back, and it's time to set things right. It doesn't take him long to find his next target. He hears a news report that the Hulk is assisting in Manhattan with a major traffic accident. This isn't his first rodeo, and Wolverine knows that when it comes to the Hulk, you've got to come in strong. And it doesn't hurt to go for the legs. The Hulk cries out in pain but isn't afraid of a fight. However, he doesn't want to battle here, as there are too many people around. The Hulk tries to talk his opponent down, but this only serves to confuse Logan. This doesn't sound like Banner, and for a split second he hesitates. Then he remembers his family, and what this monster did to his children. The rest is easy. Another thing about fighting the Hulk, you gotta distract him first. Then, you can go for the eyes. However, the Hulk is faster than Logan remembers, and he's able to slam Wolverine into the ground. Logan's healing factor isn't what it used to be. This fight has broken his body, and things aren't looking good. The Hulk shows some concern. This is Wolverine, but he's old, and is badly injured. Maybe he needs to see a doctor? Now this really doesn't sound like Banner. The new Hulk confirms that Logan has the wrong guy, and introduces himself as Amadeus Cho. When Wolverine asks about Banner's location, Cho amusingly points out there's no way he'd tell him after all of this. Instead, he asks Logan to calm down and says they can figure things out together. Logan isn't ready for this and runs away. This is all wrong. Wolverine doesn't ever remember Banner not being the Hulk. Something's not right and he needs help. He realizes he's been punched all the way into Brooklyn, and remembers that he knows somebody who lives here. Somebody he can trust. He can't believe he didn't think of this before. Once, this was the only friend he had left in the world. Perhaps he can help. Lucky? Wolverine? Friend? Logan finds an arrow pointed at his face, and assumes Barton is here. Once again, he's got the right hero, but the wrong person. Hello and welcome to Comic Island. My name is Arden, and this is my recap and review of Old Man Logan number 2. Well, this was awesome. I really liked this comic. The writing was on point, showcasing a classic story of two heroes running into one another and having a fight over a misunderstanding. Here, things don't feel forced when doing this, but rather a natural reaction of both men who really don't know one another, and given Logan's history, his actions make a lot of sense here. I like this and the accompanying action, and to top things off, we got to see Lucky and Kate Bishop, setting up something quite nicely for next issue and leaving me very excited for things to come. Of course, I say this realizing that this comic is essentially made exclusively for people like me, featuring a series of characters and ideas I happen to be a fan of. If you aren't familiar as to why I'm so excited over seeing the Hawkeye stuff at the end of this comic, you should really check out my review of Hawkeye Volume 4. But that being said, I'm well aware that not everybody's a fan of this particular iteration of Hawkeye, Logan, or anything else in this comic. I am, and as such, this comic comes off as super awesome and exciting to me, while others might be disappointed or annoyed. But I really can only go by my own opinion, and I'm really enjoying Old Man Logan. The art is a far cry away from Steve McNiven's original artwork for this story, but instead, Andrea Sorrentino's art really focuses on being more vivid and emotional. It's different, but personally I really like it. I think this artwork functions well to convey Logan's experiences. It nicely expresses his frustration and emotion throughout the entire comic. The comic isn't bound to please everybody, but I sure liked it, and personally I do recommend this comic. So far I've had a lot of fun with this series and think you should check it out for yourself. Let me know what you guys think of this series so far in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep reading comics.